everybody, and thank you for watching my channel. I am Amir of Hazelwood, and I am talking to you from Vinland Outpost in Point Bird, Newfoundland. We will be doing the second of three cases today that I have been trying to put out on missing Indigenous women of North America, starting with Canada. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So this next case is Linda May Scott. And so Linda Scott was reported missing to the Edmonton police in April 2000. Linda was last heard from by family members in March of 2000. She is normally in contact with family at least once a week. Linda was believed to be last seen with friends. Missing since March 3rd, 2000. Year of birth, 1971. Age at disappearance, 29. Gender is female. Bio group, Indigenous. Eye color, brown. Hair is black, long, and straight. Height, 160 centimeters, 5'3". Weight, 50 kg, or 110 pounds. Complexion, pimples, and pockmarked. They wrote it in the description here, so if anyone takes offense with that, I'm sorry, but that is the best description. So we'll head straight into the news article now. Stop. Linda May Scott. Date of birth, age 29 at the time of disappearance. Height is 5'3". Weight, 110 pounds. Tribal information. Linda is described as Aboriginal Native, but no specific tribal information is available. Linda has long black hair. She has a scar on her right cheek. Her complexion is pimpled and is pockmarked. One report stated she has a tattoo of a cat's eye on her right upper arm and a tattoo of a rose on her left ankle. Another report stated she has a tattoo of a tiger on her right arm and a rose on her left arm. Case. Linda was 29 years old when she disappeared in September of 2000 from the Blood Indian Reserve in Alberta. She was a mother of 5 who was adopted out as a child and longed to learn about her native roots. She had filed paperwork to find out the identity of her biological mother before disappearing. Her adoptive parents reported that Linda would call them at least once a month, but the calls stopped after September 2000. Linda struggled with an addiction to alcohol and drugs. She was born with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and struggled in school. Her adoptive mother believes that Linda's case has been overlooked by authorities due to her addictions. 2 years prior, she had been diagnosed uh, 2 years prior, she had told her parents that the doctor diagnosed her with cervical cancer, giving her 6 months to live. It is unknown if this information was true. Her adoptive mother believes she may have been murdered by a man who fathered one of her children. Sources disagree about when Linda was last seen. Some say she disappeared as early as March 2000. Linda remains missing. If you have any information on the individual or any other missing persons, please contact the Edmonton Police Service at 780-423-4567 or Edmonton Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or submit your tips online. Please reference the EPS file number when possible. So get a little bit more into our story here now that we're moving further down the line here. Linda May Scott, 29, was from the Blood Indian Reserve in Alberta. A mother of 5, she loved to be around friends and family, as was known to help those around her. The last time Linda's family heard from her was in September 2000. Linda is classified as missing and her case is being handled by Edmonton Police Services. She learned more. Sorry, I have to keep up with both these. She yearned to learn more about her own roots and where her biological parents were from. At just 3.5 months old, Linda Scott was adopted into a loving family and raised in Edmonton. We tried so hard to make her happy, to give her a good home, and she was never happy, said Teresa Armstrong, Linda's adoptive mother. There was always something missing in her life. Armstrong recalled Linda trying to learn more about her background. Armstrong recalled Linda trying to learn more about her background when she was 18 years old. She filed a paper to see if she could find her biological mother, said Armstrong, who never knew if Linda found anything out. Raising her as her own, Armstrong said she struggled with Linda's disappearance even though it's been 15 years. She still struggles with Linda's disappearance even though it's been 15 years. The last I heard from her, she was in Edmonton, she said. Sorry about this. She always used to call me at least once a month, no matter where she was. And when she didn't call me, I knew something was wrong. Both parents filed a missing persons report. Linda's father, Harold Scott, remembers receiving a call from Linda in September 2000. She called from Vancouver's downtown east side asking for money. He said, "I thought she'd be back," he said. Linda struggled with alcohol and drugs. The family, she says, was born with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and had a difficult time in school. Scott believes when someone is struggling with substance abuse, the police don't take their case as serious. He also believed Linda did not live too long after she disappeared. She told me that she had 6 months to live, Scott explained. He said, according to Linda, doctors diagnosed her with cervical cancer and told her she had only 6 months to live. Linda was still living 2 years after she informed him of this news, he added. She always said that even when she was young, that she wasn't going to live to be old, said Armstrong. It was just really, really weird. Unsure whether Linda went missing from Edmonton or from Vancouver, Armstrong said she is often reminded of Linda's mysterious disappearance. Every time there are human remains found, my heart's in my throat, and until I find out what the gender is, for starters, then until they identify them. I've spoken to the police officers occasionally over the past 15 years, but not all that much, says Armstrong. adding that her phone number hasn't changed in over 30 years. Armstrong said in the past that Edmonton Police Services contacted her, as did Vancouver Police. Armstrong believes Linda was killed by someone who fathered a child with her, a suspicion that she shared with police. I don't know if they could do anything. I mean, if they can't find her, they can't find her, said Armstrong. I know that logically, but I'm a mother and I want more. I want them to find her. I want them to find this person that hurt her. Armstrong supports a federal inquiry into the missing murdered Indigenous women and girls. I still hear, I still hear her voice. Edmonton man asked missing woman inquiry for help finding mother. Haunted by the mystery, uh, by the mystery disappearance of his mother 17 years ago, Ricky Monroe brought the case to the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls on Wednesday. An inquiry team in Edmonton this week meeting privately with families to get them registered and ready for the actual hearings, which will be held here in November. Blind from birth, the 26-year-old Monroe uses a cane to find his way. He walked into South Edmonton Hotel Wednesday to meet a team from the National Inquiry and talk about his missing mother. It's been 17 years. I would like to know where she is and why she went missing, said Monroe. Monroe is among a number of Edmontonians. I'd rather say people from Edmonton, but okay. To go before the inquiry team, which is holding community visits as a part of what is called the truth gathering process. The team began 3 days of private meetings in Edmonton on Tuesday. Monroe's mother, Linda May Scott, was 29 when she went missing in 2000. Her case was highlighted in CBC's investigation examining missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Originally from the Blood tribe in southern Alberta, it is believed Scott went missing from Edmonton. The last time Monroe spent time with his mother, he was around the age of 5. He said that when he was taken away from her and placed in foster care, it was a life-changing turning point he never really recovered from, and ever since he's been desperate to be reunited with her. I don't know where she is. I don't know why she is gone. She would have been a very good advocate for me, he said. Monroe said the fond memories his grandparents passed down about his missing mother have made him even more determined to search for answers in the case. To this day, I still hear her voice. It's like opening a wound every time, he said. The National Inquiry is examining the circumstances behind the deaths and disproportionate number of Indigenous women who have been killed or disappeared in Canada. And that seems to be so. This is another truly saddened case. Not being officially adopted, but I do have what I call adoptive parents, and trust me, like they can be um, just as heartstruck or heartbroken over the disappearance of a child. Just because someone adopts someone, it doesn't mean that they have any less emotional attachment to the individual. Um, but yeah, I mean, like even when reading about the statement, I should say, of her son, like yeah, like this is why I started this channel was to I don't care about like getting known or anything like that. Like people think that, some people put true crime stuff out there that become popular or something. Like there isn't enough spoken about these disappearances of missing indigenous women. Like I mean missing women in general. Like I will eventually be adding other cases to this channel once I clear and try to help put all the other information out there first. This is a section of our current day historical doctrine, historical events that we need to do something about. So, I am asking anyone who does watch this video to please like. The reason I say like the video is because it boosts it up apparently in the YouTube algorithm, which allows more people to view it. The reason I say share it is because you may not be from the area of Edmonton or Vancouver, which is in BC. Edmonton is in Alberta. But the more news that spreads around about these cases, the more information that can be drummed up, and maybe it may not even help this particular case, but when you start seeing this, people are going to start investigating more, and it really just means to a point where we need to start putting it out there for people to see so we can start just making some headway in this. Like, if these girls are still alive, we need to get them home. If the worst has happened and they've passed on, we need to hold someone accountable for it. Like, not all these cases are going to be because of murder. Sometimes they're so filled with grief from one reason or another, or hopelessness, and they take their own lives. But if we can rule out murder, then at least it gives the family some peace of mind. If we can find them still alive, then at least it brings a loved one home. Now, with every video, I'm gonna put it out there that we need to, like, I'm going to be posting all the links in the descriptions below, so that way you can look into the files yourself. Just don't take my word for it. Always look upon the facts. Always look at all sources, and always always look at everything from all angles. Don't just look at it through one lens, because if you do that, you're going to miss something. So with that all being said, yes, I will be posting links of the news article, as well as the RCMP site, as well as the tip lines, the email lines, and any other sources and information I can put out there. And I'm not just making these videos and then moving on to the next one. I'm going to do a set amount of videos, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to further up and start trying to see where information's at, see if there's anything new on the cases, see if we can get any more leads to put out there to the public. So without further ado, and without any more ramblings, yeah, please like, and share this this video if you could. If you have any information whatsoever, the sources down in the description below will give you the proper people to get in touch to. If you wish to remain anonymous, there are steps that can be done to do that. And thank you for watching. This is Amir of Hazelwood talking to you from Vinland Outpost in Pointford, Newfoundland. Stay safe out there, and hopefully the new year brings more.